God. And then like parents, that doesn't know how they become parents. How they become parents? By giving birth to us, right? They are our parents because they gave birth to us, right? Yes, okay. So, God is an invisible parent. But you don't be topic, right? Because they put you don't be too long for a bridge, because Rama's there is God is our invisible parent. So if we love, honor, and take care of our parents, then we love God, right? And then real worship. Not to teach our brain how real worship is honoring our parents. They will do because our parents are real God on this earth. Not to teach our brain how this is a very puma zum churi. They will do very puma the he put a more brain than the pongy Ramon high. So no, you don't know any Bible greatest commandment love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. You might not be so near a kim thing, you come and issue or a boy. So, Rama's a total array, you don't feel that array now here. Suppose you don't feel poor head, you don't issue. People have no way, Rama, you don't know what Rama is, you don't know that so say, you don't know. People have to be silly like a bad issue and have to be a body. They will know because our parents love us first. How many of you are there in your mother's womb? How many months? 9 months, right? Yes, I have 3 kids. And then I carried them in my womb for 9 months. And it was so exciting. Like I waited for them for 9 months, okay? And then when they are still in my womb, I started loving them. Ve pomino bo padlicino ni ve puno ni lishidare. Nalodina ni lishidamwa ni ve pomino bo padlicino ve puno ni lishidare. So that ve punishta lishibika ni not ve puno lishiri and hajit of why. Bible the Bible says, if you love me, keep my commandments, right? If you love me, obey my commandments in John chapter 14, verse 15. So what is the commandment for our children? Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1 and 2. Let us all read together. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, right? Yes, that you may live long life. This is the first commandment with promise, that you will live a long life. So but I have some points. Okay. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1 and 2, what does it say? Obey your parents, right? Honor your parents, right? Now to obey. How to honor? How to obey your parents? You don't know true? Have a great commandments 3 times. But I need to about that passage. Here also you see children obey your parents, right? In Deuteronomy also you'll find. And here in Ephesians you'll find. And in Exodus also you'll find. In the 10 Commandments. Repeated often. So now how to obey. That doesn't need to That doesn't need to First point. Obey them. That doesn't need to obey begins with listening. Okay? First, listen to them. If we can't hear that, we can't do. Really, if they told you to do this and that, if we did not listen, then we cannot do what they told us to do. So the first thing, honoring faith, they had that's why how many of you used to listen when your parents advise you? You keep your ears like this, right? Yes or no? Nimechi pom pulie, pom dom pulie, chi drink zay. How many of you also used to say like that? We all do sometime, right? Yes or no? So, like from this scale, you have to change. Whether you want to listen or not, they are your parents. If they pray, you have to listen. Okay? You have to listen. If you not listen to them, you are not obeying God's commandment. Because they are visible God. Second, obey without delaying. Okay, obey without delaying. Justice delayed is what? Justice denied, right? Justice quotation is very boy. Justice delayed is justice denied. So for example, sweep the room. One time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. It happens. Yes, right. Yes. And then your parents are so fed up and they are so stressed because they keep telling you to do, but you are not obeying. They are losing all their energies telling you to do. Ni achil cheba di rin hai ni ti ni manu o achil cheba ba di rin hai bi ju ma da wi zo dai la re so kai ve punu pa zi pa ce li pe yo a ba li so pe yo pa de chi ba ha re fu de bu chu a ba so so da re si ba so da mo di ku obeying without delay. Okay, understood? So obey them without delay. If they tell you to do this, wait 1 time. If they tell you, you get up and do. And then the third thing is obey with respect. Zomtua, who will go patalichi, sorry, patalichi, zomtua no sorry. Now maybe story only where. One family is traveling in a car. Okay? And then one small boy was standing. Well, father is driving, that son is standing. And then we know the danger of standing while driving, right? If they bomb on any speed breaker or other things, they will fly away. Yes. And then sometimes that's why we have to sit. To the puri rihan hadaka, nasa kucho Allah by punu, to the bulo boy, look at tabai. That one punu, no, to the bulo sit down the boy for his safety, right? No, we don't already know to the bulo rabai. No, look at tabai. Punu pokai, era nana to the bulare. No punu he sit down, but he said one word to his father. Listen to this. He said, okay, I'm sitting on the outside, but I'm standing on the inside. Okay, you see that difference? I'm sitting on the outside, but sitting in the inside. Okay, you told me to sit down, so I'm sitting down. But inside my heart, I'm still standing. Okay? See, disobedience, right? The stubbornness. Without any respect. Sit down, I'm still standing. That is like obeying without respect. Okay? So that is not obeying, it is not real obeying. Now, people so repetitive is so that and another thing is obeying by valuing their advice. Obey by valuing their advice. I'm sure your parents must have given you good advice, right? to be disciplined, to obey your teachers, right? I'm sure that all of your parents have sent you here with those kind of advice. We keep we will patalichi, machil chito abuluda, we behave so to abuluda at faith advice for him. I know. See, once I'm out of the house, from the house, I will not longer need to obey you. Do you have those kind of things? You know, I need to advice that ba. Jini muzan tala ba hamadi ko. You know, poverty, I will not value. It happens, right? You know, I need to adali power. Jini muzan tabadi ko jini be. You know, poverty I will not follow. So we are obeying, but we are not valuing their advice. And obey by showing your appreciation. Faithful, you might only our voice away padrici, faithful chilocha, faithful tolore, rano, faithful chiloche. Faithful, you might they used to buy dress for you. They buy dress for you, right? And then what you used to do, sometimes if you don't like, you will throw it at their face, right? I don't like this color. I don't like this shirt. I don't like this type of shirt. I don't like this type of sandals. When they buy for you with love, okay, many of your parents, also with their sweat, they might have earned that 500 rupees working in others' field. And then they know that you need a sandal. And then with that, they went and buy your shoes and they gave you. And then you say, in their face, you say, I don't like this kind of sandal. And then you just throw it at their face. It happens. Yes, even me, it happens. And I really regret it. Because only after I become a parent, I know how hard it is. Right? Thank you. That is not obeying. Okay? Obey by showing your appreciation. Food they cook for you, dress they bought for you. Somebody poor, he don't have parents, what mother and father he don't have. Well, that's why parents is don't ever complain when your mommy cook food for you. Right? Why? Because I don't have mother now and I'm longing to eat my mother's curry. Je apfe po hare. Je apfe no kovu khobere apfe kovu tumnia apfe kovu no khobere. See how hard it must be for him, right? So, for example, if I want to now I'm married, I move to another home. And then sometimes I still want to eat my mother's curry. I can still go because my mother is still there. I can still go, and then whenever I go, she will not allow me to go without tasting her curry. Okay, so don't ever complain. No, it really breaks my heart. How many of you used to complain like that? It happens. Yes. You are complaining, but some children, okay, some children like you are really longing to eat their mother's curry. So don't ever complain, okay? And then instead show some appreciation. See, many mothers, I know many fathers and mothers, like when we are young, okay, even we are experienced that's why I'm telling you, okay? Like when I'm young, like I can, even if we, for example, if we kill a chicken, I have my favorite parts, right? All of us have a favorite parts, right? Yes. And then your parents will still give you. When I'm in my parents' home, I need hima buka trichi, they puni bupa trichi. Food is so full that hard, you know. I can eat, okay? Now why I gave up that one? That one already, I gave that to my son. I gave that to my children. parents are doing like that. And how many of us are grateful? Okay, so when your parents do something good for you, say thank you. Even if you don't like, don't throw it at their face. And honor them, obey them by helping them. In a small way, in a little way. They don't go to bed and rest, right? They still have to cook. Your father still have to chop firewood. Even though they work all day in the field. Even though they still do. So help them. Okay? Help them in a small way. If you help them even in a small way by like carrying a bucket of water. Just not just forget about carrying a bucket of water. Hopefully in the curry pot, hopefully if you go to it will be so much help and your parents will be very happy. Okay, so obey them by helping them in a small way. Instead of asamai saka group saba chip habumo, ma mobile phone atre bumanu. Ma avon so ashi asamai sa atre bumanu. My parents they came back from work. You know avon so sa keep that in mind and help them. If you obey, that means like you're obeying your parents. And obey them by forgiving their mistakes, their failure. They do mistakes, right? Even they fail many times. Because your parents are also not perfect, right? They are not perfect, they are human beings, like all of us. Forgive them. Like many parents are trying their best. How to be perfect? They are trying their best. But they cannot. Because they have lots of work. That doesn't reject family so that our so mom read family so that drives away and we didn't move away. They want to report my also today. Niman of the copy a boy. Reading a poor among so that was a true boy. Who made a Zippo Tony Cook, Radiator, that's a chile, the way Tony Cook away. So about so much away. Forgive them and don't rebuke them. Don't scold your parents. Sometimes we do that, right? Yes. Sometimes they will even embarrass you. School here we need to so like any project here, about Zini Hata and Pop Carabé, about someone Chalon Samile, Fibu about someone Padlici, Fibu Amakabio. Fee here about someone, need here about someone, don't spoil your parents. Fear, who also, Fibu Amakabio. Next point, obey them. Don't blame your parents. Like, Alicia Abel's testimony for it. Financially, she changed Martin, Roman also struggles so sure. They were favorite to love government job, but favorite to love to be treated bad. Poune business so I put some non taking business investor. Investor to what that's already. Poune, can you saw business on a fire? Profit more on the loss, sorry. Who even my posa apodo, my posa malo, my posa we, jibi posa dija Filorera posa kowe. We are in debt for so many years. And then sometimes when we struggle, I blame my father. And we siblings, we blame our father. Okay, so don't blame your parents. A story, a true story, okay? Normally has short, okay? Short. So if I put a dice already, who will fake when he blames it? Fair sadze, poor sadze. So if I put a fake when there already, who needs to know up fair the way? Fair needs to know up the way. Near sadze, where you are short. You should marry a tall person so that we will also be tall. Okay? You are short, you are marrying a short person, that's why we are short. Right now, you need blame, sorry. Okay, ni sadze by ni no sadze putumali, lodoka, achujidago, sadze by rera. None of you need blame, sorry. Do you think that is right? No. If your family is poor, if you need a change, out of how good you do. Do you think it is because of your parents' mistake? No, right? But sometimes we blame them, right? If you have married a rich person, a rich girl or a rich man or a woman, we will not be poor like this. If you get education when you are young, you will not be illiterate and you will not embarrass me. Nima annam chinu nima laru dolotiko achu hatsuma jibma nima sa hatsum ri fe puma libera samaja shola moira fe puma blame sorry. So we are blamed sorry and high, it really hurts. They told fe puma dino. They were no re so we are fe puma dino so just a try so anu solo homes anu dube anu solo homes bua lim jagino. Nino tika ako sa solo mo ba ni sta ato hamo. Nino ane nara choba mo ba ni sta atuni nara tsama mo ba ni shini sameza shamo. Rafe puni blame sorry. Jesus was blameless, right? Jesus was without anything, yet he died on the cross for us. And Adam and Eve story here. Adam and Eve. When we go back to Adam and Eve story, Adam and Eve story here. Remember you told Adam and Eve, Adam and Eve, Sabetot something Bobri Rachitu and we Rachitu to Sudara Popire. And what do? If Satan you wait Eve at Topia, Eve you fellow, what do Adama Pire? To look at a master red so look at Poha Canare. Robin Pohi way Padilici, Adam, neither to boy if neither to boy a Kubi Padilici. You had not Kai boy. Okay? Near Abichino Chiba. What do Adam say? Adam puts the blame on Eve, right? Nino, so bring her to buy Jesus, bring her to buy Eve, no, and then Eve doesn't need to wear. Eve started blaming on the serpent. Eve no serpent, Satan no, serpent no, so instead of admitting their mistake, what am I? Jimmy Chiba to the Jimare, it makes no combination. Didn't want to love, didn't want to love, and he blames it. The punishment, why? Punishments that are they were just off from the Garden of Eden. Garden of Eden, a showering queen of Mafum by Dare. Love a month of Mamma, he blames the Governor. So as to Jitami Ajo, Vipunu Jimabuma, Sulu Jimabuma. Vipuni, a man, Kokaiso. A people of the harbor, try that you will not be your parents, like your parents. Okay? Try your best, study hard, like pray hard, so that you can become a good person, get a good job, and you will not be poor like your parents. And you will not be illiterate like your parents, instead of blaming them. So then, is a point don't compare your parents with other. Don't compare your parents with other. Ni fepu mai ni fepu hai mai fepu fico bona da so o fico compare so ni fepu sa tika ba avi fepu sa tika ba ni fepu sa ajama your parents are teacher and my parents are farmers. See, if you start comparing like that, your parents are educated, my parents are illiterate. Your parents are rich, my parents are poor. Ni fepu sa ato nire fepu jit fepu sa ato khabara. Ni fepu sa hatsari fepu jit fepu sa hatsam re fepu bara and fepu mai ta fepu ponna da compare so. Then you know the quotation. Life is like a exam. Okay, you must talk astronomy take this. It is like an exam. Exam is not so right. And then all the class, for example, class 10, they will all have same question paper or not? Class 10, everyone will have. Class 9, everyone will have same question paper. But see, our life, it is different. Life is like an exam. Okay, our life is like an exam. Many fails trying to copy from other, not knowing that they all have a different question papers. You know, you get that? Our life is like an exam. And many fails in that exam, okay? Because we try to copy from other, not knowing that you have different question paper, I have different question paper. So, see, if I have one question paper, and if your Sir Thomas have another question paper, and if I copied exactly from Sir Thomas' paper, I will fail very badly because my question paper is different and Sir's paper is different, right? So don't compare. Every one of your parents are unique. Because but they are the best parents for you. So now, love your parents just as they are. Okay? Even though they are very ugly, Today, do you love your parents? How many of you did not? How many of you love your parents? Let me see your hands. Yes, we all love our parents, right? We all want them to live with us for a long time or not. Yes. So, see, I have 3 things or 4 things. If you love your parents, love does not compare. Okay. Keep this in mind. If you love your parents, don't compare your parents with other. Love does not condemn. So, love does not isolate. Isolate means keeping your parents alone. Okay? Say, we may not find here, but in South India or in the main cities, service old age home. It may not happen. And that's why you are engaged in your phone, right? You are engaged in your phone. Your parents want to talk to you so much, but you are engaged in your phone, and your parents are left alone. Okay? So it means like you are isolating them. You don't love your parents. And the 4th thing is love does not criticize. Love does not criticize. Okay, and the consequence of disobedience. we have a very good story from the prodigal son, right? How many of you have heard about the prodigal son? You will find in Luke chapter 15, okay, about the story. Mali na putu mama haiboy, atu ni shabu mali. Na putu anana, there is a puni boy who would give me my property, okay? Give me my property. I will need a jeeper, I will need a deeper or a puni colore. So we are need of fellow of a film. Puno, a vast signing in luxury, he spent all the money. And now what happened? He started starving. He don't have money anymore. And Ali was the boss, some Puposa, Bupatrici, or some Teraboy. Puposa Halope, a Samala Hazi. Money wishes to Chapore, Marapusa Chapel Lahare. Moshure, Abba boy from Hare. That's already Votogote. You know what is pig food, right? He started even eating pig food. Why? Because he disobeyed his father and then he moved out from his home or his parents' home. Imagine the Pumarichilo Chebare who celebrated she or she, you're with already. So the relationship with your parents is sometimes not easy. I know that, okay, it is not easy, it's a long way. They are trying to keep you from making mistakes and you want to explore your freedom, right? And what you want to do, you want to be free, right? Yes or not? You agree with me? Explore the freedom we want to. So guys, sometimes that's why we clashes, right? When I'm your age, okay, I used to get angry at my parents because they're very strict. Wedding boy, social gatherings, are we friends of my age? Are we asking my company? There's a gathering, a cabin of Tavi share a pet, they put him a permission for what you know, Rabbe. Matalamo. No to me, or to she hop a bear lighting or a matzah about Tababe. So, hey, a summer Matakai. Who might be a job with a summer there, they Pubukai go, Jacumai there, a vasa, Luba, Hinipa, I will enjoy roaming in the dark. I will enjoy going to the social gatherings. I used to get angry at my parents. But now I realize and I'm happy that I have a very strict parents. Because that's how they mold me and they shape me. I used to get angry. I used to tell my parents, why are you embarrassing me? They should be there. Some kini way mara. Some chin they put away. Wait, feel there's a legit of poor there. Some there's a legit so short. I used to even get angry. But now realizing that I'm grateful that God gave me such a strict parents. Okay. So when God gave you, if your parents are strict, you should be thankful to God. Because as I say, they gave you the best parents. And then the right parent for you. So now, going back, okay, let me tell you a story about this. A small boy, Nani boy, never play with fire. Fire, you know fire, right? Never play with fire. So why? Because that if you play with fire, fire will burn your fingers, right? Muini ko atre cheso ra nahi away. No, that's why he wants to explore. He's so curious. I feel that's a legit. Muini if I cheso ra that's an high. Why my mother is telling me not to play with fire? What will happen if I play with this fire? Ji muini if I play ko ani dai pa dai hai. Really question hai puni book hai. One day in the absence of his mother, very hard for the chino maths box little papers ka little. The watch thinking in the park. Mui a shakatano, pepper hit the bare. The fire is burning. Okay. Peppers like it catches like fire very fast, right? And then from the distance we saw his mother coming. Mui the bare, feel letting all the red. They never play with fire, mui the other chest or a bare. Vigilant chipar it so bad. Oh, that's already. Mui had the hammer, who be peelage in the okay. He don't know still the danger of fire. Okay, if you put under his leg, he don't know that this fire will burn his leg. Mui pini betul, velare, veno alino, mui ni vea jiso la body vea velare, veno azalare, mui la betul, apulun mo zashira, ube pitch ni betul tuwe. Veno ala, ni be pitching my boy move away, you know talora, veno ko pini hai pai betare. From there, he knows the danger. He knows why his mother is telling not to play with fire. Okay? See, we all are like that, right? Ni ve punu tini soso, kayo soso rapope, kayo sore koi shida hai, kayo soro zadai ashi pada hai. You want to explore and drink, right? How many of you drink? No, right? And why are you saying yes? Okay, so if your parents ni ve punu ni azabri soso feso rabre hai, ni shivanu pawe, ni mando jo shivi dom ready no ni ve punu pawe. Suppose ni ve punu ni pawe padalichi. Obey them. Okay, and then how many of you used to say, "Leave me alone" to your parents? You don't know anything, right? You don't know anything. You are illiterate. You don't know anything. Don't say, "Leave me alone." We all say that sometimes. I told you I have 6 years old son, right? And then this 6-year-old son started saying that to me. Like say in New Makan, where we are residing, we don't have TV, okay? And then now back at home, we have in village we have TV. So during this vacation time, his entire vacation time is in front of TV. As long as there is electricity, he will sit in front of TV. Early morning he wakes up, he wants to sit in front of TV and he will watch. And then now what I used to do, like even though we are getting holiday, I let him study sometimes, okay? I'm forcing him to study. And this time I told him during this vacation, I told him to memorize the Lord's Prayer. And then every night, one line he is doing. And every night, what happened? He will cry. And then he will study. Because he don't want to stop watching TV. And then when I scold him, or when I beat him, he used to tell me, "Leave me alone." Okay? See, that hurts, right? But I understand because I know that he is still small. And then he don't mean. But now you are already big. Your skirt is too short, for example. And then your hairstyle, boys, your hairstyle is too long, for example. Your hair is too long. Or like you don't know anything. I just fashion more. You know this skirt got zanore and you fashion more. Ni halat some way, ni leave me alone, ni je tall, anyway, about so long, ni halat some way. La bishop people, we do that. Yes. So never say that. Okay? That hurts. And so that's why now I will conclude. In concluding, let me repeat with you. Now, like we are so privileged that we all have our parents. Many of us, pictures on the mobile ni viral ta share picture on the na mai put Facebook high that's why they put favorite presents na high ngol ni one put favorite picture na high ground in the drawing so as a favorite picture na high drawing so as a tin no to je. Have you ever seen that picture? No, it is, I don't know whether it is real or not, but it is going viral in this mobile. Favorite presents na I feel something one ngol mo hai Facebook ha drawing the people chalk ni people drawing so as a favorite jing no drawing so as a tin you to ve sa je tin to je. So there are lots of children like that. Okay, my dear children, who longs for their parents. Hishiru, you know Hishiru, right? One singer from Poune. Yes. In one of her songs, she sang like, Apvi Puvi, Wei Pai Kho, Kai La Puni. You know the song? Have you heard? She said, Jida Kai Wei, Ajo Apvi Pu Hare. Anu Jida Kai Wei, Apvi Puvi, Pai Kalani, Apvi Puvi, Kho Kalani. And after pujo hare na pun usura ni boy. See, one day we will all regret like that. We want to come back. We want to serve a cup of water for our tired parent, and then they cannot because our parents are not more. And now we still have the privilege. We pun also tell me that we will put the chi. Zan koro pai liu ma cha li so ha la. We pu ha cha so ha la cha te ba labri. Hai lom zuk pini apu lish tawe lish ha every night jidam zani jini la bu mo de ke pu sa ga bu mo de every night jidam le phone pu thi le ra phone so to like the phone a silent ni to khat pia aju samdali dil la jikdo kori jipiri ri a we zani be dai puni lish ri be dai Poato ripuni improvement ngomu. Așa te lichipu ce saboe, no atoni bulu hola chitoka. Jitono kwa dahojina fonso puti bere la fonso rebe la jitono kwa boy. La so te la so andori boy. So you may not, especially not my one day we will get married and move away from our parents, right? Our life with our parents are very short. So now when you are still with your parents, okay, obey them. Obey them by what? Listening, right? Obey them without delaying what they ask us to do, right? Obey them by what? What is the third point I say? Respect, right? Obey by valuing their advice. Obey them by showing our appreciation, right? Obeying them by forgiving their mistakes, right? Obeying them by not comparing them with other parents, right? And lots lists we can bring up. So, can you do that? After this game, when you go back home, can you bring a change like that in your life, right? So like, life is, there is a saying like, we are all standing in a queue to die, okay? We are all standing in a queue. You know what is a queue, right? All in a queue. Today, one person must have died. And tomorrow, whose turn it will be, no one of us know. Only God knows, right? So when you are living with your parents, okay, when your parents are still with them, consider them as a visible God and obey them and respect them. And what does the Bible say? If you obey your parents, you will what? If you obey your parents, in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1 and 2, if you obey your parents, you will live a long life, a blessed life. Do you want to be blessed by God? Yes. If you are blessed by God, you will get everything. So if you want want to be blessed by God, that means we have to obey our parents. That's why the choice is ours. Okay? The choice is always ours. Whether you want to obey and receive God's blessing, disobey and receive God's punishment. Okay, and then see the last thing is in Exodus chapter 16 verse 5. Let me conclude from here. Exodus chapter 16 verse 5, chapter 19 verse 5, God says to the Israelites, if you obey me, okay, you will be my special possession. You will be the kingdom of, you will be the people of the kingdom of priests, and you will be considered as the holy nation. Okay, if we obey God, by obeying our parents, that means we will be considered as a special possession, as a special property of God. You want to be like that? Do you want to be considered as a special group of people in the eyes of God? Yes, Israel was like that. The nations of Israelites were like that. They were a chosen nation. They were a special people of God. But they disobeyed. They disobeyed God. And then there was the opportunity. So if we obey our parents, it is like obeying God. And if we obey God, God will consider us as special people. You know what is special, right? Special. A special people of God. And then God will protect us, God will care for us, and God will guard us like a king guard his personal treasure. You know, like we see in TVs, movies, how the treasures of kings are guarded, right? Golds and silvers. They are kept in a very secured room. Gold has silver, special guard, so then imagine on the feet, Puma Chilo Chilres, Rama Chilo Chilre. Rama Chilo Chilres, Rama Yushita has so very Mutashabri now treasure, Mutashabri Shana, Mutashabri silver with a, woolly village, kiki village. And not only that, throughout our life, we will enjoy the blessings of God. So do you want to be like that? So you're saying before, right, in your situation, I will never be the same again. So I will never be the same disobedient children, right? Can you sing that? Or can you say that in your heart? I will never disobey my parents. I will always listen to them. I will respect them. I will value their advice. I will forgive them when they make mistake. I will never compare them. I will show my appreciation. I will treasure them. I will love them. I will care for them. I will pray for them. How many of you used to pray for your parents? Very less. Back in my hostel, okay, every Wednesday and Friday we used to have, every morning they have their devotions. Every evening before they start their studies, they have devotion. But Wednesday and Friday we used to have a special Bible time, Bible reading, Bible studies, and then we always end up with praying. We pray for our parents that God will give them a very long life, right? So pray, always pray for them. If you put children and you say you want to live with your parents for a long life, right? So what we have to do? We have to make them happy. Okay? That is the best medicine to let them live a long life. Best medicine. That will really kills them very fast. Obey them and make them happy, and then they will live a very long life with you. Okay, may God bless all of us to be obedient children and respect our parents as a visible God, right? Yes, may God bless us.